Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today on this Saturday afternoon. It's an absolute pleasure to stand before you today and share my journey through a project I had the privilege of working on, entitled Our Heritage, which examines and explores the 1950s to 1990 Indian subcontinent migration to the UK. First and foremost, I would just like to say a big thanks to the project management team at Community Horizons Global and the National Lottery Heritage Foundation for the opportunity to work on the project. This project has been an incredible learning experience, both personally and academically, and I'm excited to take on this journey through it. As a student, I embarked on this project with a thirst for knowledge and eagerness to uncover the history and culture that shapes the Indian community in the United Kingdom today. I was drawn to the stories of resilience, sacrifice and triumph that are woven into the fabric of this migration. Personally speaking, I did not know much in regards to the specifics of this migration when I initially started researching. However, after researching and producing this work, I'm genuinely mesmerised by the stories and toughness the migrants went through in the way of better life. Learning about this migration was a fascinating and enlightening experience. I immersed myself in the social dimensions of this migration, all backed by credible academic sources. It must be noted as well, I'll leave a little disclaimer at the start of the documentary just to cover myself in regards to AI images which I use throughout. This is due to a number of copyright infringements which have happened with a lot of images found online. However, the images I produced are very high quality and do not take away the narrative and the story which I'm telling. First and foremost, our first segment takes us back to the 1950s, a crucial era in the migration of people from the Indian subcontinent, which includes countries such as Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, and many more. We'll uncover the untold stories of a generation that played a pivotal role, addressing post-war labour shortages, contributing to the economy, and ultimately enriching British society with cultural diversity. Segment 2 covers the push and pull factors, that explores the dynamics of the migration, ultimately understanding the push and pull factors that shape the movement of people from the Indian subcontinent to the UK. This covers historical events such as the partition of India and the Bangladeshi War of Independence, and ultimately basically decided and basically elucidated the ways Indian migrants actually came to the UK, such as economic prospects, better education, ultimately just a better quality of life. We'll decode these complex reasons throughout the documentary. Segment 3 covers the working contributions. We highlight the invaluable contributions of skilled professionals in the Indian subcontinent, but also how they address post-war labour shortages, as I kind of alluded to before. Many of these individuals included doctors, engineers, and ultimately instrumental in rebuilding the UK's economy and infrastructure following the war. We'll also touch upon recruitment programmes and controversies surrounding their migration, exploring sort of legislation which was developed and then later revoked. We then delve into segment 4, which covers racism and discrimination. It basically delves into the harsh realities of racism and the discrimination faced by Indian migrants in the UK. I cover testimonials and historical accounts and ultimately shed light onto the challenges they encountered. As the previous talk said, there's a lot of discrimination and a lot of challenges these migrants face. This is actually following after the part where we initially didn't need them as much, so to speak. But we also explore the resilience and determination of these communities as they engage in activism, organise for their rights, and even enter the political arena to lobby for legislation changes. And our penultimate segment brings us to the present day, where we'll talk about the South Asian descent and contributions to the UK's migrant society. Many of these include politicians like we previously met before, but also successful entrepreneurs, and just basically modern society and British Indians today and the impact they have on our society. One of the highlights of this journey was the creation of a dedicated website which I had the pleasure of making, and this served as a digital website where we can basically find all the information and shed light onto basically bringing the past back to life, is the way I would say. I aim to bridge the gap between history and the present, ultimately making this a wealth of knowledge which is easily accessible for everyone to access. The blogs featured on the website are a way of connecting the past with the present, as I previously mentioned. We delve into the various facets of various countries within the Indian subcontinent migration to the UK. They offer insight into economic contributions, cultural exchanges, and personal stories that make this history so compelling. The impact of these blogs were heartwarming. They are made to engage a wide audience, spark discussion, and ultimately create an awareness of the significant chapter of history, which is rarely told, at least in my personal experience. Speaking personally, this project was a milestone in my journey as a student. It allowed me to develop new skills from website design and content creation to documentary production. I had the privilege of collaborating with experts and immersing myself into research, such as individuals who have lived through this impacted migration. As a student, it was a major opportunity to work on such extensive projects, and I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity. But beyond personal growth, this project held great significance for the society at large. It reminds us of the importance of acknowledging and preserving our history, especially for stories of immigrant communities that have contributed significantly to the UK. I personally believe that these stories are not just a part of history, but also the history of the entire nation. And more light needs to be shed upon these stories. Through this project, I hope to inspire other students like myself and individuals who don't have a sound understanding of the migration to embark on similar journeys of exploration. Learning and preserving history is a responsibility that I believe we all share. It's not just about the past, it's about shaping the future as well. And by understanding the trials and triumphs of those who came before us, I believe that we can navigate a more inclusive and empathetic future. All things considered, and in conclusion, from building a website to producing a documentary, this has been a transformative experience for me. It is underlying the power of learning, the impact of storytelling, and the importance of preserving our shared history. It has shown me that as students and learners, we can be the torchbearers of this knowledge and ultimately bridge the gap between generations, ensuring that the remarkable stories of Indian migration to the UK are not forgotten. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and Marge, if you'd like to play the documentary.
Yeah, thank you so much for working on the website and the documentary itself. Much appreciated. I will play that in a second.
Thank you, Marge.